Hi guys, Miss Abate here. Okay, so for today's video, we are going to be learning about the comprehension skill of this week of Unit 1, Week 1. So the comprehension skill for this week is visualizing. We are going to use Little Flap Learns to Fly to help us learn a little bit more about this comprehension skill. Okay, so let me go ahead and get that pulled up. So visualize. As you read Little Flap Learns to Fly, visualize what happens in the story. How do you visualize? When you visualize, you form pictures in your mind about the character, the setting, and events in the story. To visualize a story, look for words that help you imagine story details. Guys, we do this all the time, right? You do it all the time, and you probably didn't even know that you are doing a reading strategy, right? You're reading any type of book, even if it has pictures in it. You're still thinking about what the person looks like, maybe what their hair color is, what they're wearing, where they are. Are they in a forest? What noises are you hearing in the forest, right? What kind of animals are in the forest? What do those animals look like? So all the time, you guys, ever since you first started to learn how to read, even if you couldn't read those words on that page and somebody was reading it to you, you are still creating those pictures in your mind of what is going on. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing today, is creating pictures in our mind about what's happening. And that is going to help us understand the text better. Okay? So this first one, I'm going to go ahead and model for you. So that way you have a little bit clearer of understanding what it is that you're supposed to do. Let's first read the directions. Why might Little Flap be afraid of flying? So that's a question we're going to have to be answering. Reread the passage. The passage is this text. Highlight details that help you visualize Little Flap's nest. Use the Think Aloud, this button right here, to help you. All right, so again, our question is, why might Little Flap be afraid of flying? Now we're going to have to visualize what Little Flap's nest looks like to answer that question. Let's go ahead and reread the passage. Little Flap peered over the edge of his nest. It was very high up. When he looked down, the ground seemed very far away. He felt scared. He was too afraid to tell his friends about his fear, so he kept his feelings a secret. Fluff said, "Let's practice flapping our wings. It will make them strong. Watch." I bet right now you're picturing in your head birds flapping their wings. Tuff and Little Flap watched Fluff. Then they copied her actions. Okay, so now that we reread it, why might Little Flap be afraid of flying? So let's visualize Little Flap's nest. So I read that it said it was very high up. When he looked down, the ground seemed very far away. So right now I want you guys to be visualizing. Now we don't live in trees, right? So we can't visualize jumping out of our home onto the ground, right? But something that I'm going to visualize is maybe being up on a high diving board, the high dive, the tallest one at the swimming pool, right? So I'm going to picture standing up there, okay? And I'm going to peer over the edge of the board. And I'm going to see that it is very high up. When I look down, I'm going to see that the pool, the water is very far away, right? So you guys can even close your eyes if you want to, and I'll repeat that, okay? You guys have climbed up the diving board ladder, right? The high dive, the tallest one there, okay? I want you guys to pretend that you're looking over the diving board down into the water. You see how high up you are. and you see how far down that water is below you. Okay, so I know you guys are visualizing that in your heads. You guys can open your eyes if they were closed, right? So why might little Flap be afraid of flying? Well, I read that the nest was very high up and that the ground seemed very far away. This helps me picture the nest and understand why little Flap might be afraid to fly. Okay, so now it's your turn. Okay, make sure you have your piece of paper and pencil out in front of you. Now you guys are going to visualize something, okay? It says, reread the passage, this text right over here. Highlight the words that help you visualize where the birds landed. So instead of highlighting, you're going to write those words down on your paper where the birds landed. So I'm going to highlight that. Okay. Whoops, not very good with these tools. Then write about how the words helped you picture things in the story. Okay. So you guys are going to reread this text right here. You're going to picture in your mind where the birds landed. Okay. Draw a picture of it if you want. If that's what helps you instead of writing the words down, if you want to take your crayons and your markers, but of course, don't take all day doing it, right? This doesn't need to be a perfect artist drawing. But if it helps you to draw what you're picturing in your head, then I want you to do that. Okay. So again, highlight the words. So write those words down or draw the words that help you picture where the birds landed. Okay. So I want you to go ahead and pause this video, reread this, write the words or draw pictures of where the birds landed. Go ahead and pause. All right, welcome back. So if you wrote down or drew soft green grass as to where the birds landed, then you are correct. The text says, all three little birds landed in a patch of soft green grass. So again, maybe you drew, so this pencil only has, one color right now on here. So here's the grass, okay? So it even looks kind of fluffy. I'll just go ahead and draw like a little tree right here too, okay? And the birds jumped into this little patch of green grass. So that helps me to realize that the birds didn't get hurt. They landed softly. They landed to where, they weren't going to hurt themselves, right? They dropped down to the ground and they were able to keep doing what they wanted to do. And because of that, little Flap likes flying because he landed in a soft spot. This is going to maybe make him want to keep doing it. So because he knows he's not going to get hurt. If we land on something that we know hurt us, we're not going to do it again, right? But if we, jump off of our bed, maybe onto like a pillow, well, that's kind of fun, right? So you're going to keep doing it. All right, guys. So I hope you learned a little bit about visualizing today. And I want you to be doing this every single time you read, whether you're reading in your wonders here at school or you're reading a book at home. I want you to keep picturing in your mind what is happening about the characters, the setting, the events. Okay, so you guys had a great day, and I'll see you next time.